Hello and welcome to Your Business Live, brought to you by Connexx. Today is going to be a good interview. Oh, before we get to who we're interviewing, let me start off by saying, what is Connexx? If that's what you were wondering to yourself, Connexx is a personal and business networking team. We're different than the networking groups that are out there that you may be familiar with, because what makes us unique is we are about self-development, self-improvement, which in turn will help your business. Many people who belong to your most popular, well-known networking groups, each week they do an elevator pitch or a 30-second commercial. And in that time, you have 2 minutes per month to learn about what the members of those groups do and learn about their business. Here at Connexx, what we do a little bit differently is instead of just having someone do a commercial at our meetings, it's working on how to be more effective and communicate so that people understand the message you're trying to put out there. And the purpose of Your Business Live, instead of just doing 30 seconds per meeting or 2 minutes a month, we highlight our members for 15 minutes during this podcast that goes out on multiple platforms so that not just the members of the group can learn about your business, but it goes out on our social media platforms, as well as our members will share this. So more eyes are on it, you're seen, and it increases your chances of someone reaching out to learn more about the services you offer. Today's guest is someone that I'm excited to bring on because I was not familiar with what this company does, and I don't think very many people are, besides being known for the entertaining or amusing commercials. I don't think people understand what it's all about or the history of this company. So that being said, we have our member Clem Heffez joining us today to tell us about Aflac. Clem, if you can just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to work for Aflac, that would be wonderful.
All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. So my name is Clem Heffez, and I work with Aflac. I kind of was drawn to this company because I really like what they represent. They represent protection, namely financial protection, for all policyholders that hold policies with Aflac. We have many different ones. I just like the fact that it helps people and it's different from insurance.
Okay. If you can tell us a little bit about yourself, do you live locally on Long Island, family? What kind of life are you living here, wherever it is that you may live?
Well, I'm here in Belmore on Long Island, and, I've been here since '92. I grew up in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn. So I'm a Brooklyn boy originally. I have a wife and 3 children. One graduated from college, one's in college, and one will be going to college. So, this pandemic comes at a very strange time in my life, as well as I'm sure a lot of people could relate to their situations. Everyone has their situations, but you take one day at a time with this stuff, right?
Yeah. What exactly, when I asked you when we first met, and I was asking you about insurance in general, I thought Aflac was just another insurance company. What makes Aflac different than your typical insurance? And is it something that everyone should have or just someone after a certain age?
Aflac is a plan that employers can bring into their places of business. It's different from health insurance. It's just look at Aflac as another layer of financial protection. So, Aflac, everyone knows the duck, everyone knows the commercials. We have like a 92% recognition rating, but really a lot of people do not know what these plans are all about. They just think or assume that it's health insurance. These plans work with your health insurance to provide the policyholders with cash benefits. And this cash basically gets direct deposited right into your bank account. And you can do whatever you want with this cash, okay? To put it very simply, you're always going to lead with your regular health insurance. So if there's an accident, you're going to go to the doctor. You're going to get, with your health insurance, you're going to get a checkup. But in the back of your mind, if you had an accident and you have Aflac's accident plan, you're going to be due some cash benefits from Aflac. So simply, you just look in the brochure, schedule of benefits, and the line items will tell you exactly what qualifies based on your experience, right? Did you have a little slip and fall? Was it a car accident? Were you taken there by ambulance? Did you spend time in the hospital? All these things have a dollar amount associated with them, and they will be reviewed for claims. The claims processing part of it is extremely easy. And so if you just look at it like this, your health insurance is there to take care of the doctors, the drugs, the hospitalization. Obviously, there are different copays based on the different levels of health insurance. Health insurance is very expensive. These are very affordable plans that provide cash to you so that you could pay for other things like your mortgage payment, your groceries, the utility bills, all those bills that keep coming in. Just because somebody's sick or somebody's injured doesn't mean that those bills are not going to continue to come in. So they continue to come in. This money actually helps these people pay and maintain the lifestyle that they know and love until they get better. They get back to work. Aflac goes back on the shelf, and you get money the way you used to by earning it with a job.
What's the difference between Aflac and a disability policy with insurance?
So one of our policies that we have is a short-term disability policy. So I just like to also have a little side note here with the COVID-19. Aflac is covering COVID-19 as a covered sickness on our short-term disability plan and hospitalization plan. So all these businesses that are trying to get back to work now and trying to figure out a plan, how do I make my employees feel comfortable? How do I feel comfortable? I'm going to be exposed a lot more to the elements around me. So the thing is, while people are healthy, that's when you want to get these plans, because pre-existing conditions is a factor with these plans. So if you were already diagnosed with something and then you come down with that same thing, it will be considered a pre-existing condition and it would not be covered probably, okay? So you really need to take advantage of these plans when you're healthy.
And when you said as far as an accident, are these actual examples like a car accident or a slip and fall? Or
I'll give you a good for example. All right, I had a medical office that I signed up. It was a very small medical office. So 3 people in the business have to sign up. When 3 people sign up, we give a group rate. It's a deeply discounted rate. W-2 employees have the ability to pre-tax the premiums they pay. So that's a big deal. I had this woman who said, listen, we're only 3 people, but the doctor is allowing us to have the Aflac presentation. I'm definitely going to be interested. I would like you to do it for the other 2. So one of the women did not want to spend the money on it. She saw the value, but she just didn't want to spend the money on it. Then the other woman convinced her to do it, and she ended up doing all 3 policies: the hospital, the accident, and the cancer care plan with the heart attack, stroke, sudden cardiac arrest, and end-stage renal rider. She did all 3 plans. The doctor had the floors waxed. She ended up slipping, falling. She was out of work for 2.5 months. She was hospitalized. She had a spinal surgery. Aflac paid her about $4,500 in the course of 2 to 2.5 months. And she could not thank me enough for coming into the office. And she said, she called me, 6 months after I signed her up. I get a phone call from her, and I knew it was her because I always program my policyholders in my phone. And I'm like, this can't be good, right? And so she tells me this whole story, but it was really a story to thank me so much for coming into the office, because she had no idea how amazing this insurance was going to be. And, the thing is, people don't know when these things are going to happen. You can't plan a hospitalization. You can't plan an accident. These things just happen. So when these things happen, typically you're not working. When you're not working, there's no money coming in. Unless you have Aflac, then you will have some money coming in.
And when you have one of these policies, if something is to take place or happen to you, are you reaching out to call Aflac, or are you taking the call directly to file the claim or let you know what happened?
I am very hands-on with my policyholders and my accounts. I take that very seriously. It's my personal promise when I sign up groups and individuals. They could go directly to Aflac if they would like to. We have a portal where they have their username and password, just like any other website. You just go on there. The easiest thing to do is with the phone. We have an app. You download it. You take a picture of the proper documentation. You send it up to Aflac. You'll have the money literally within a day or 2. It's the easiest way to do it. So the claims processing system is very simple. However, I am very instrumental many times with helping people, because sometimes you have the older crowd that's not so great with technology. and they don't get it, but you could fill out a claim form and mail it regular U.S. mail as well. There's many different ways to do it, but I'm always hands-on, helping people out. I had a woman, just a quick side note, I had a woman who was paying 10 years worth of extra premium because her husband was still on her plan and she never changed it after they got divorced. They were divorced for 10 years. And I recently acquired the account and she was telling me the story. And I went in there and I just completely renewed everyone's policies to the better policies that did not cost any more money, really. So it wasn't a big money making deal. It was just the right thing to do because these policies over the course of 10 years have improved. So I just did the right thing with this woman, and I got her all her premium back, her overage and premium, like $1,900 she got back. So I was probably her friend for at least a day.
Yeah. If someone is to put in a claim, like let's say cancer is covered and someone has a policy that covers cancer, I'm guessing it has to be a specific kind of cancer that you're covered for. And if it pays out on it, are you only paid once? And what happens if you are diagnosed with another form of cancer?
So the cancer care plan with the rider is our number one selling plan. 1 out of every 2 men, 1 out of every 3 women at some point in their lives will get cancer. That is the stat by the American Cancer Society. So these really provide some great value. Cancer is the number 1 killer in America. Number 2 is heart attack. This policy covers you for both of those sicknesses. If someone's diagnosed in the first year with cancer, they're going to get what they call the initial diagnosis benefit, which is $6,000 every chemo treatment. As they go for treatment, as they go for hospitalization, the ambulance to the hospital, all these things have a cash benefit to them. And they really pay out several $1,000s in benefits as people are going through not only the initial diagnosis, but the actual treatment and getting better. And that goes for the heart attack portion also. When you go for physical therapy, occupational therapy, there are all cash benefits associated with all of those plans. These are very affordable plans and they make a lot of sense. You could cover yourself individually or yourself and your spouse or an entire family, as many children as you have under the age of 26. At 26, they age out just like regular health insurance.
Okay, and if we go to some questions coming up, do you sell to individuals, businesses, or both?
I primarily sell to businesses, and a business is defined as a minimum of 3 employees, and then we give the group rate. So whether it's 3 people or 3,000 people, it's the same deeply discounted group rate. But we also sell individuals, but not all the policies are available to individuals.
Okay. You said that there is an app for filing the claims, correct?
Yes. The Smart Claim app is a very easy app. You literally just click on the app, take a picture of the proper documentation, and send it right up, and you get paid quite fast.
Great. If you have a pre-existing health issue, can you apply for Aflac coverage?
You could apply for Aflac coverage, but just know that there's a 12-month look back on most of our policies when it comes to pre-existing conditions. So as long as you're 12 months without having treatment or taking any medication for that particular pre-existing condition, it should be a covered sickness.
You said pre-existing, so if it was one form of cancer and then you were in remission or cancer-free for that matter, and then you're diagnosed with another form of cancer, was the first one, is that considered a pre-existing condition?
It would be, well, so on the cancer care plan, if you have never had cancer, you could get in on the plan. If you had cancer, as long as you're 5 years cancer-free and treatment-free, you could get in on the plan, okay? Not all the benefits are going to pay, but the benefits of you getting chemo and all the treatments and the ambulance, the initial diagnosis benefit will most likely not pay. Reason being because you already had it.
Got it. What if you didn't know you had the pre-existing condition?
Aflac basically goes to your medical records and they check medical records. So, if you never went to a doctor and it was never diagnosed by a medical profession, it's not noted on your medical records, I guess there's a possibility that they would never know that. But the way that they do their homework is when you sign applications, you're giving them access to your medical records because they have to do their due diligence as an insurance company.
Let's see. Can one person get Aflac if they're self-employed?
Yes, we have the cancer care plan, the accident plan, the dental plan, whole life insurance, and term life insurance are all available on an individual basis.
And for dental plan, you have to be signed up for a period of time before it becomes active or effective?
No, like, I mean, if let's say if Chris said that he needed to get the dental plan today, we could basically sign you up today and it would be effective usually the first of the following month. So we'd have an August 1st effective date.
Oh, okay. Is Aflac only for accidents?
No, we have I will rattle off all of our plans really quick. The cancer care plan is the #1 selling plan. It comes with a rider. The rider covers you for heart attack, stroke, sudden cardiac arrest, and end-stage renal failure. Then we have the accident plan. We have the hospitalization plan. We have the short-term disability plan. We have life insurance, whole life and term life insurance. And we have a vision plan.
What do you like best about what you do?
Well, that's easy. I mean, one of the things that's pretty amazing is when you do a presentation, and lately it's been Zoom, when you do a presentation and you see the expression of people's faces and they are literally all saying the same thing. They're going to pay you all that money and these policies only cost this amount of money? Really? These are very affordable plans. And, knowledge is power, and it's very important to just know what's around you and know what's available to you and then make a decision based on what you hear. I don't pressurize anybody. I think this is a policy that I have it for myself, for my family. I like the peace of mind that it offers.
I think, let's see, one more. Oh, it's a good one. What if someone was to retire or leave the company?
Yeah, so, I mean, Aflac, these policies belong to the policyholders, even though you're signing up through a business and you're getting that group rate, okay? When you leave that company, Aflac sends you a letter, and if you would like to continue with these policies, we will just direct bill you, and you get to keep the group rate. So it's portable at the group rate. And we haven't increased rates on any one policyholder in over 60 years of being in existence. So when you think about this for a second, any insurance company that hasn't increased rates, regardless of how many claims you put in, that's a pretty powerful statistic there. All right. So the rate that you get the day that I sign you up is most likely going to be the rate that you keep for the entire time that you have this policy.
Wow. Well, thank you. It was good information. And
thanks for having me.
As you were going over the list, I'm thinking of, I wonder what the odds are of that, this, that, the other thing. So it does make sense for peace of mind. And you've been a member of Connexx for 5, 6, 7 months or so. What's the experience been like being part of this group, and what could you share with anyone seeing this right now?
I mean, listen, I do a lot of networking. That's how I get business, right? It's a main thing to do. And I've seen a lot of different platforms. This Connexx platform is a very unique type of platform. The group is a very special group. There's like friendships that are immediately built, and I can't wait for live like meetings again, because it was great to see everyone in person when we did. Doing the Zoom thing was a great pivot, and everyone seems to almost have gotten closer, even though we're not physically closer. But it was just a great way to see and reach out to people. I've gone golfing with Connexx members. I really like these people. They're great friends. I got my nephew a job through Connexx. All right, one of the people that were looking for help in one of their businesses. Hey, anyone know any high school kids looking for work? And my nephew was just sitting there watching TV and playing video games all day. So he went there. He got the job like right away, and he loves it. He loves making some money. You know, when you're a junior in high school, it's a big deal.
I was going to say he hates Connexx because it led to him getting a job.
His parents kicked him out.
Well, thank you, Clem, for joining us today. Thank you for being a member of Connexx. For more information or any questions that you have, thank you. All the information for Clem is right underneath. So if you'd like to reach out to him, you got his email, his phone number. And if you're not doing anything right now and you're at home bored, just call the number. He'll talk to you and he'll make you laugh. Definitely. Thanks, Clem.
Thank you.
So now we get to my favorite part, and we went a little bit over, but I was looking forward to the whole time to getting to ask our man in blue. Did you learn anything new about Aflac being in the insurance world yourself? Is there anything that Clem said that stood out to you?
Yeah, I think I know the product. We actually work with, we work with Clem and Aflac, and it's something that a lot of people don't understand. They see the duck on TV, and they think maybe it's car insurance or something else, but it's really a great product. It's literally, if something happens to you that is on the coverage sheet, you get cash, and whether you use that cash to help for that payment or you use it to buy a pair of shoes, whatever you want to do with that money is. So I actually had Aflac personally, and then one year I decided, and the premium was really low. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it this year. I never put a claim. Literally January 5th, I broke my toe. And I could have put a claim in, but I canceled it. So
how much money would that have paid if you broke your toe? If you took an ambulance, you get paid more, right?
Well, I don't think I was going in an ambulance for a broken toe, but I don't know. I probably would have got maybe $500 or something, maybe a little less.
So my next question is probably something everyone's wondering. How many blue shirts could you have gotten with that $500? Wow.
Depends.
That's worth renewing that policy just to break your toe, just to get $500, just to get 10 more shirts.
With my luck, though, as soon as I reinstate it, as soon as I reinstate it, I'll never get hurt ever again.
Which I guess could be a good thing. So you could play your odds of how you want to, it's like canceling a life insurance policy. You never want to cancel that because who knows what happens next.
Correct.
Well, thank you.
Clem, though, is a great guy. We're friends outside of the Connexx group. We played golf together, and he's just overall great guy.
Who's better at golfing, you or him?
Well, probably him right now. I think he's got a few more rounds than me, but I think we play well together.
I don't know what that means because I don't golf, so I just hear people complain and
we're both better than you.
Absolutely, absolutely, but that's not saying much.
All right, well, thank you,
Sean. So to anyone that is still on now or catching this later, Sean, you can take down Clem. There you go. I'm short and I'm sitting low, so Clem is running across my beard. So tonight for Connexx, we're having our first industry-based meeting. So anyone that works in real estate, anything that touches real estate in any way, if you're involved in trades, plumbers, electricians, home security systems, Eddie Pods, he probably will jump on for pods. And if you missed the interview last week, great one, learned a lot about pods. But if you're in any business that pertains to real estate, you are welcome to join us tonight for our first industry and trades meeting, which will take place from 7 p.m. until 8 p.m. And you can register at getconnexx.com, which is scrolling right under my beard right now. And we'll send you the link for Zoom. I'm expecting probably about 25 to 35 people, maybe more. But all we ask is that you come with a current event or something going on in your industry currently that you can tell us about. And it's going to be interactive. Everyone is going to share. You will meet some new people, and it's going to be fun, I hope. If it's not, then the best case scenario is that you will have something to do and a couple laughs. So come check us out, redshirtgetconnexx.com. To everyone that watched the whole episode of Your Business Live, thank you. Hope to see you later. And thank you, Sean. Bye-bye.